people should be paying more attention to who they have in their life and who they consider sort of role model and the contributions they have. You know, too many people, they actually hinder us. They hinder our growth immensely. There's too much jealousy. I come across people jealous of my path and my journey, you know. Sometimes they're mentors. Sometimes it's just people, just an ego trip. And it's like, you gotta humble yourself. Stop comparing and sort of just learn from each other, you know. So that's on a basic level. That's a basic level. It's just the way life is, you know. Some people project onto you their insecurities, their inadequacies, so they try to stifle your growth. So effectively, you got to think, what version of yourself do you want to be? Do you want to play it small, play it big? Do you want to go after your dreams, or just succumb to mediocrity? You know, it's like, what version of you do you want to be? Because we can all play it small. We can all sit in our comfort zone and hide behind circumstance and forgo any sort of dreams and ambitions. Or you can be the highest version of yourself and try to achieve the impossible in this lifetime. So with that logic, who do you want around you? Who could inspire you? Who can help you grow? Who can help you heal? Who can help you overcome situations? Because who we associate ourselves with and who we allow to influence us has a huge bearing on the version of us that exists and how much growth we're going to achieve. You know, how much do you want to evolve? It's not just the people around us, it's the content we consume. I see a lot of these influencers and I can't help but get, like, I can't even tolerate them, in all honesty. It's like these people are just loud and obnoxious. And it's that in your face all the time. It's like, I don't see the entertainment value in it. And there's definitely no growth and knowledge to be gained from it. It's like, if you want to replicate that, you're just going to follow that same path of, it's just nothingness. It really is. I can see that being phased out eventually. People are just going to get fed up with it. It's kind of like, you'll look on one day the same way I look on and think, how much value is that adding to my life? How much different is that to the ordinary person? It's not. It's just some people are put on a pedestal. They're given a platform. They're loud and obnoxious. They're irritating as hell. And it's like they're seen as almost like a celebrity now. And it's like, why? They don't even add anything to your day. So for me personally, I think the people we perceive as influencers and who we have in our life, I think that has a huge bearing on our growth, doesn't it? Because if you've got someone who's not adding value to your life, you're looking up to, you're investing a lot of your time in absorbing their content, what is it doing for you? Because it's like, this is just irritants. I watch them and I have to scroll past, so I don't allow much of that in my life at all, because I can see through it. I can see through sort of the lack of entertainment, the lack of anything I get from them. It's just, I see a leech. That's literally what I see from these people. People that are looking to take off you and just take and absorb all your energy to the gain of themselves. And it's like, what benefit do they serve? Nothing. And they don't even, they're not, most of them are not even, they don't even acknowledge anything, you know. They just take everything for granted, like they should be the stars. And it's like, why? Again, there's no logic to me. But if you remove yourself from those people and you start to put yourself more on a pedestal, you start to focus and tune into your abilities and your potential, I just think this is just so much better. I think these influencers are going to be short-lived. I really do. And I just see no entertainment in it anyway. It's just like, these are just people that give me a headache. And it's like, I couldn't even see the value in that entertainment in the first place, let alone consider them role models. You know, because people nowadays, they grow up going up saying, I want to be a YouTuber. Because that's the new thing. I think the reason there's multiple facets to this. It's like, first of all, you get to do something you enjoy, so a hobby becomes a job. And I think the idea of that is beautiful, because we should be following our passions. And if you can make money from something you truly enjoy, I think that's the pinnacle of it all, isn't it? In the same way I do what I do, you know. I write my books because I love writing books. I do what I do because I love doing what I do. So it's kind of like following that calling and passion. The problem is they like doing what they're doing, but who are the role models when you consider YouTubers? A lot of them are in your face. So a lot of people end up mimicking the people that they looked up to in the past, or they continue to look up to. So they lose their own identity to be mirrors of someone else. And I think that's where you don't want to get to. You should always be authentically yourself. And I think the one you can embrace your flaws, that's where you see true growth. It's it's the flaws that are a huge part of who we are, but we can evolve that and we can work on it. That's where the healing comes in. So sometimes our biggest downfall can be one of our biggest strengths, but we can also eradicate parts that don't serve us and sort of just focus more on our strengths. Then we become bigger and bigger. But if we just mimic someone, it's like, who are we? Eventually you lose sight of yourself so much, you're just lost. So yeah, I think the YouTube culture really mainly comes from the want and need, I think, to have that independence. Yeah, not conform to other things. Like, I got a huge tangent in careers right now, because most people do get overlooked, and I've had that in my whole life, where I have the potential to succeed if someone invests in it, but I question things too much. I challenge authority. I always have good ideas. I always have great ideas, really. I'm usually good at what I do, depending on even in different avenues of work. But I'm someone, like I said, I challenge ideas. I challenge way of thinking. I try to improve situations. But the trouble is, when it comes to like management and things like that, they want yes people. They want people that will kiss their ass pretty much and make them look great. So they'll overlook to have those people around them. So they suppress talent. So eventually we go out on our own little journey and we elevate ourselves. But then you look around and you go, who can inspire me? Who can sort of make me want to do something different, you know? In my own life, I found that incredibly rare. I've had to uplift myself for the most part. I've met people along the way, but I think it's more important sometimes that we do uplift ourselves, because it's like sometimes the people around, it's like, who are we looking up to here? Even if you look at your closest people around you, your family, your friends, it's like, would you trade places with any of these people? No. I feel like most people's lives are like a soap opera. You know, I'm looking at this thinking, that doesn't interest me at all. Just so much gossip, so much jealousy, you know, envy, greed. It's like, why would I want any of that? Why would I want any of that? That doesn't make sense. But then if you watch the influencers, it's the same shit. So it's like, what the hell am I doing here? It's like, I've got these people in my life already. I don't need to go and watch someone else living the same freaking life, but on a bigger platform. What do I want that for? A greedy person. They're often jealous and resentful of others. So they end up on these little challenging battles or whatever they're doing. The problem with influencers, they do anything to stay in the spotlight. So they don't like each other, but they'll pretend they do so they can stay relevant. It's hilarious when you watch it. You just think, you people have no dignity. So how is that a role model? So you have these negative influences who have a celebrity fame status for what? Sucking the life out of everyone. It's wonderful. But anyway, I've gone on a huge healing journey myself. I've overcome a lot of trauma. I've achieved my biggest successes. I continue to elevate, because I don't waste time with the wrong people. I'm always looking to grow. I'm always working on myself. I always look at the places of me, the parts of me that most people are terrified of looking at themselves. So you look at your insecurities, you look at your inadequacies, you look at your weaknesses, you look at your triggers, and it's always fine-tuning and working on them. Because once you realise that, you just realise how great you're becoming and how better you're becoming. And it's worth going to those dark places to figure yourself out, find purpose in life, and find direction, meaning, and then you just become the best state of being, the version of yourself that you would never change. You know, I wouldn't want to go back to an old version of me if I didn't have the courage and fortitude to sort of overcome what I've been through, grow and transcend. I would still be that frustrated version of me, which is what most people are. But again, if you look at your influences in life, you look at the people around you, how much of them are continuing to feed that narrative in your mind? You know, they continue to feed that version of yourself that you want, that most maybe want to change, but they don't even know where to start. Now, my books can help with that, but I'm not pushing my books. I don't even have them on me to promote them. I absolutely love my books, and I know they will help people. The first two, Father's Daughter series, are overcoming trauma, going through the hardest moments of my life. The next book, Losing Your Mind to Find Your Soul, is a spiritual book. After that, I was like, I don't want to push spirituality onto people. I just want to help people heal. So, Heal Your Mind to Free Your Soul and Inspire Your Mind to Enlighten Your Soul. Both of those are self-development healing books. It's not spiritual. It's to say, focus on your own self now and uplift yourself. And all of those books I think can help people, but it's up to people whether they want to be helped really and who they want to consider role models. It's